Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Hello, my name is Mike, and today's show is brought to you by our Amazon page. Please remember to shop at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. It's quite simply the best way to support this show. If you need it, Amazon has it, and you can get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. Bookmark it, please.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store, and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Hey there, hi there, ho there, college boys back. Yay!
You can tell, and you can tell because Pony's all smiles.
Hey.
You know, Oscar's funny because Oscar, this is what Oscar isn't. Oscar is not a guy that goes away for a week and comes in and goes, "Hey, everybody, welcome. How's it going?" Oscar is somebody that comes in and goes, "Mac, give me my headphones back."
Business, baby, business.
Having a good time over there with my headphones?
Yeah.
Anyway,
back.
there's an inner peace I have today. All of my children are in the home today.
Happy to be back.
Yes.
I feel good. We'll get to Oscar and college life in just a second here. I talk about this show being real before it's anything else. People ask me constantly, what is the show? I said, is it political? Is it sports? I said, it's everything. It's our lives. It's everything that happens. And you know what? Reality is not always la, 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 happy, happy, joy, joy, joy. And I start the show today because I want to say something special to a dear, dear friend of mine, Jimmy Cerrito. Got a call from Jimmy early this morning, and Jimmy's mom, Maggie Blackmar, passed away last night.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's
And Jimmy is, anybody that knows Jimmy, you know him from this show, so I feel like he's a friend of yours, like he's a friend of mine. Jimmy is a walking, talking joy factory.
Mm-hmm. That's what he does.
And Jimmy is, a very, very close friend of mine, and I felt very honored that he chose to tell me, and I asked him if I could share that with you guys and share that with our listeners, and he said I could. And one of the things I think about with this show, and I talk about it all the time, is I am surrounded by good sons at this stage in my career. It seems to be a common thread. I talk about family, but the fact is we got good sons. Oscar's a good son. Rob's a good son. Pony is a good son. Yeah. And it really is like an extended family. And so I wanted to send out to Jimmy, to Mo, his wife, and also to their daughter Kelsey, and to the entire family, Jimmy's entire family, our sincere, most sincere condolences. This was very, very soon and very sudden and very quick, and it was that wonderful thing we all love, Rob.
I know.
The big C.
I know.
And it's just so sad because when you see a guy that is, Jimmy does joy, but Jimmy also does a lot of grieving. We've done some grieving together, and I know he's hurting today. The Super Bowl party goes on. We're going to raise a glass to Jimmy's mom at the Super Bowl party as well, and it's just it's sad when your friends have to deal with this. I've dealt with the loss of a parent, and I'm very close to my own mom, and it's just it's a drag. So I just wanted to mention that, Jimmy. Everybody here that listens to TMOS and everybody that's in our family here is feeling for you today. We're all going to say a prayer for you. And it was Maggie Blackmar. She was 70 years old, and that is much too soon to leave us. And I know that Jimmy is kind of the anchor for his family during these times, and I know he will get through this. As I said to him, and I say to anybody that loses anybody, the nice thing about dealing with this is that the spirit of your mom will live in your heart and in your wife's heart and in your daughter's heart forever and ever, and in your sister and all your other family members. She will be with you guys forever. And while a day like this feels pretty overwhelming and it'll never be the same, and I say that too,
True.
But it will get better with time, and it does. It takes a long time, but it will get better with time. So we give a nice salute out to a big, big, big fan of this show. Maggie loved this show,
Yep.
and Jimmy shared with me that towards the end, they listened to this show, and it made her smile. So start the show. All right.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
Back in '82, I used to be able to throw a pigskin a quarter mile.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. How much you want to make a bet I can throw a football over them mountains? Yeah, if a coach would have put me in fourth quarter, we'd have been state champions, no doubt. No doubt in my mind. You better believe things would have been different. I'd have gone pro. In a heartbeat. I'd be making millions of dollars and living in a big old mansion somewhere. You know, soaking it up in a hot tub with my soulmate. Kip, I reckon you know a lot about cyberspace. You ever come across anything like time travel?
Easy. I've already looked into it for myself.
Right on.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his easy chair, here's Mike.
We are live from the Cappy Fiber Studios from sunny Southwest Florida. Sorry, blizzard sufferers.
Yeah.
And our nation's capital. This is the Mike O'Mara Show, powered by Encore Insurance Services and heard daily for over 5 years at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Online, on air, and on your mobile device, the Mike O'Mara Show is a daily radio show and podcast with the greatest listeners on the planet because they get it. And if you're here, you do too. Our show today is brought to you by On Deck Lending. I remember when I had to go crawling to the local banks on my hands and knees when I was owning my small business. You don't have to do that with OnDeckLending.com. They understand that your time is valuable, and that's why their loan application process is simple and fast, so you can focus on running your business and not filling out paperwork and waiting endlessly for approval. On Deck Lending uses cutting-edge technology to evaluate your business based on performance, not your personal credit. You'll get a decision in minutes because they've got the information, and they can do that. On Deck Lending is 100% focused on their customers with dedicated funding advisors and customer support to make it even easier. Plus, On Deck Lending has an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau, and 93% of their customers would recommend them to a friend. Does your small business need capital for a growth opportunity? Don't hesitate. Visit OnDeckLending.com today or call 888-627-2904 and start the simple application process. It's waiting for you at OnDeckLending.com. That's OnDeckLending.com, and we thank you.
I remember, when you were doing you had to do the banking thing. They
Yes.
came to you, and you had to go to a guy in a big wicker wheelchair, didn't you? Wasn't it
He
Mr.
was,
Potter?
It was weird. He wore a suit that appeared to be from the late 1800s or early 1900s.
I remember. You were so
Yeah.
miserable with it.
I remember the most embarrassing part is when I took out my life insurance policy, and he looked at me and he said, "Why, George, you're worth more dead than alive."
And that was weird because your name's not even George. You know, they
No.
must have messed up the paperwork.
Yeah, and I said, and what I remember most, I sat in front of him, and his chair was so much higher than mine.
Shove me up.
Anyway, my apologies for getting all verklempt at the beginning of the
It's
show.
very real,
but,
man. It's genuine.
it is real, and it just I did not know Marjorie that well, but I know Jimmy awful well, and I know how close he is to his mom. Best memory was riding by her house on the motorcycles when we would do one of Jimmy's goofy rides that Jimmy was leading, and Jimmy would almost kill us all because he didn't know how to go through an intersection properly. But
Got to go to my
it
mom's
was
house.
Lots of fun. So, what's the deal up there? I have been trying to get information, but the way I understand with the weather in D.C. is that on Friday, it was hype, 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 hype.
Absolutely.
And then on Saturday, it was hype, 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 hype. Then Sunday, hype. And then as late in the day Sunday, they realized they're crestfallen.
Well, they can't
Howard
call it-
Bernstein right now. It's a day of very sad.
Yeah, they can't call it
Bernstein.
They cannot call it snow because we're not going to have any accumulation to speak of this morning. So now they're calling it a weather event. It's a weather
But
event.
it's
because
not
you know
for
why?
DC.
It's not because we're 2 states away from people that are going to have a weather event.
And,
so,
and meanwhile, in New York City,
It's curtains.
Is it true what they're saying that this may be the storm of the century in New York City?
Both,
is that
I think
possible?
the European model, who by the way is really hot, the European model and the United States model are both pointing to, and I believe in excess of 20 inches.
Yeah, man, it's
And
wild.
it's gonna
My
be
brother
really
said
bad.
that he is actually staying at the hospital, and he lives maybe
In Boston.
Yeah, he lives 3 blocks from the hospital.
And he's going to stay there?
He's going to stay there.
Wow.
Well, as a matter of fact, just for the fact that for argument's sake, and because we like to be topical and timely on this show, let's take a quick look at the European model. As you see here, wow, that to me looks like a tremendous amount of snow.
Yes.
And I guess New York City's going to get whacked, and Boston is going to get whacked.
The only difference between the American and the European model is the European model has hair under her arms.
Is there more than one, Rob? Is there more than one European model?
Yes, there's several of them.
Oh, there are. Okay,
That
bring
was
the other.
that was the one. That was the French one.
Okay.
From the National Weather Service of France.
Bring in the other European model. will
Okay,
you
please.
Okay, there it is. Take a look at that. Oh yeah. No divergence from that. They usually are different, right?
They are.
That's,
They're very
the way it
different.
works.
I think there's a third one.
Yes, there's the third one over here. Can you bring in the Scottish one, please? Thank you. I don't get a chance to play all these very often, but now I do that.
And that's from the Glasgow Weather Service.
This
Right there.
is terrific. I like
Are
that.
there any others?
There's the Irish model.
Of course.
There it is. All right, very good. Thank you. We appreciate it.
But they're all
right.
pointing towards snow.
Is there an Eastern European model? Yes, there is.
Oh, really? Him? I didn't think it'd be him.
There it is. There it is for all of you right now. Thank you very much. All right,
They were doing everything they could this morning, Mike, to just hold on to the last shred of hype. And
Yes.
by the way, Loudoun County caught a break because today is a teacher work day, so they didn't have to even deal with the thought of closing schools. They were they were totally out of this. But the last piece of hype they said, they had the
another, in my opinion, really just for middle school and elementary school,
Right.
And I guess I'll take high school out of the equation, but a teacher work day. I mean, it's just, I understand
Or
teachers.
sometimes they call it a
but
planning day,
I
Mike.
mean, it's just to be, we all come from this system, and look at our country now. Isn't
It's a
that basically
disaster.
an excuse to F off?
I thought,
Really?
I thought it was supposed to snow tonight, though.
The snow is coming. There's going to be more tonight. 'cause
Another
it's-
band, Mike.
It's going to get cooler. It's going to get
Oh,
cooler.
okay.
And but what they really wanted this morning to be something. So they had
Yeah.
the girl
Isn't that something?
They wanted the girl on Channel 4 that looks like she's 12 years old.
Yes.
They had
Amelia.
her out. Yeah, Amelia Siegel, right? They had her driving
Oh,
around. in the
she's okay, isn't she?
Oh, yeah.
She's all right.
She's grown up, Mike. Let me tell you.
So she's
Is
driving
that now,
around.
Oscar? Hold on, I want to stop, Oscar. Is that good or bad, Oscar?
No, that's great. It's great. I mean,
Okay.
grown up. I mean, she still has that that fresh face.
Yes.
but her
Right.
body's really grown.
She's
up.
not been beaten down by Doreen yet.
Okay, now here's what I'm getting. This
Poor
is for
Doreen.
Dulles, Virginia. This is what I use. I use Dulles Airport.
Okay, very good.
All right. Snow likely today. Temperatures near steady in the mid-30s. And tonight, snow this evening will give way to lingering snow showers.
Yeah, they're telling
Chance
you
of
nothing.
snow is 80%, 1 to 3 inches of snow expected.
Yeah,
So it's not
but
gonna
if
be
the
that big a
temperature
deal.
doesn't get below 32, and with the treated roads, it's not going to be anything.
It's still it's frustrating because you don't know what to believe until probably I want to say 12 hours before.
Actually, while it's happening,
Or while it's happening,
I mean,
right?
you have to get up and look at. They were watching. They were driving around in the Channel 4 Tahoe today, looking for snow.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "As you can see, it's starting to accumulate on the grassy areas." And I turned to Carrie. I said, "Well, that's important because I'm driving to work on lawns today."
This is the
Okay,
worst.
here's your forecast for New York City. Snow is likely today with a high around 30. Snow tonight, heavy at times. Gusty winds will lead to blizzard conditions. Thunder possible. That to me is always a tell.
They
when they
love
get
that.
those rockin' storms, thunder snow
Yeah.
is a big deal. 8 to 12 inches of snow in the city expected, which
That's
is
a lot.
rare because the city's down by the coast. Tomorrow, windy, heavy snow, and blizzard conditions during the morning will give way to snow showers during the afternoon. Chance of snow 100%, 3 to 5 inches of snow expected. Well, that doesn't sound like 2 feet to me because I'm doing the math here. They say 8 to 12 inches of snow tonight and 3 to 5 inches of snow tomorrow.
So a maximum of 17 inches by their predictions there. So we'll see. I mean, but you know what? If they
and
miss
incidentally,
it-
when I went to my little weather app in my phone
Yes.
that I'm
Yeah.
looking at right now, a red. It turned red. It's never turned red before.
Do you miss the Northeast?
Carla's going nuts. Carla and I might have had.
yeah, but that
there
has
might have been
nothing
an
to do with the weather.
There may have been an exchange, Oscar, today where I was just like, well, we could move up there and not be around palm trees and sunshine. Okay.
So
but anyway,
she
that's what I
wants
said.
the snow.
Yeah.
Here's
Well, you
Boston.
can't have everything, Carla.
Yeah. Well,
Here's Boston.
you can't have snow. You can't have palm trees. You can't have the wallet. Can't have everything.
That's what I learned in business school.
She cannot have the wallet. Can't have everything.
She can't
I
have
can't
the
wait
wallet.
to. I hope you're going to be imparting your wisdom forever. All right, here's your Boston forecast. Variably cloudy snow showers tonight. Let me see. Snow accumulating less than 1 inch today. Tonight, snow and gusty winds will lead to blizzard conditions, at times thunder possible, 8 to 12 inches of snow. This is a crappy app. They give the same forecast for every city.
They get the same
wait a
one for
minute.
Los Angeles.
Hold on. In Boston, snow and gusty winds tomorrow, blizzard conditions, another 8 to 12 inches.
Oh, so they could get 2 feet.
Doubling
So they
down.
could get 2 feet of snow. Wow.
And also the blizzarding, that's the bad thing. It's the wind because, with all the drifting and everything.
The drift.
The drift.
Okay.
Yeah.
The continental drift. Yeah, your
All I know,
brother could be in the hospital for weeks.
I always make the phone call when we're going to get a storm like this. I said, "Mom, that's why we put you in the home." So anyway, that's the forecast.
Did you tell your mom what you always tell her?
What's that?
Make sure to take a break when you're shoveling.
Yes. Yeah. Well, a lot of people don't realize these places, these assisted living places, are not cheap.
No.
And, we put a down payment down there, but we have the option. We said you can either pay a small monthly fee,
Yes.
or you can work that fee off by building maintenance. And there was entertainment. My mom doesn't want to do that.
No,
and there was
no.
building maintenance, so that's what we decided she would do. So, we got her, it's a nice show. It's one of the ones that's the ergonomic show.
Of course.
So
Well,
I think
helps
she'll
out
do
a lot.
well.
yeah,
Helps out.
with the money you're saving, it's actually you're sort of giving back.
Well, I showed her a formula that I found on the internet. As long as it's under 94 inches of snow, she will be able to shovel it all.
That's fair.
94
way it
inches.
works. Well, she's 94 years old.
Oh, okay.
And each inch of snow, you can shovel each inch of snow based on, like a 12-year-old can only shovel a foot of snow.
Wow, okay.
But a 94-year-old
That's
is
the ratio.
capable. That's the one. That's the formula.
Just think, she's only 2 years away from able to
That's the
go.
one that I
When
did.
you get 8-foot drifts,
Exactly.
she'll be able to do it.
And those with
Yeah,
titanium hips have to shovel twice as much.
That's true.
Hey, that's a little sore subject for me.
So to
sorry,
speak.
sorry.
Yeah. By the way, we'll be doing. I might take the day off on Friday the 13th.
Okay.
All right.
Of February. I just wanted to alert you guys for that. Speaking of that, I might be going to see a hip consultant. There you go.
Now, is that sort of like a swag guy who's going to teach you how to?
I'll do it. We'll just do it. We might do it earlier.
Hey,
but,
were you in the
fact is-
hospital while I was gone?
No, I
No.
was healthy.
Clean
As
bill
a
of
matter of
health.
fact,
Nice.
as a
Clean
matter
bill
of
of
fact, last week I got my message back that I had a garden variety infection. Which now you might say, oh, that means it's nothing serious. No, that means that actually I have weeds growing all over my body.
Oh, an unkempt garden.
That's why. No, that was what she said. I love that term too. It's just a garden variety infection, which means I don't have this resistant
A little miracle
thing
grow,
where
you'll be A-okay.
Yeah, it's fine. But today is the last official day of the antibiotic course that I have been on, and that means that tomorrow, glug 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 glug.
Oh,
glug,
you can have
glug,
yourself
glug.
a-
Yeah.
You- now-
I can have a glass of wine, although I don't drink a lot. during the
About
week
drinking with antibiotics, that's just sort of a suggestion, right?
No, the one that I was on, 2 of them, and one of them, this is how screwed up my body was after I got out of the hospital. One of them is used to prevent the one you're primarily on from ravaging your body so much that you get the other infection, which is in the gut. Does that make sense to you? I know I'm not a doctor,
So
but
it's
I
like
play
a
one on
helper
TV.
antibiotic.
It's a helper antibiotic, and the one, I don't know which medical professional told me this, but it was a medical professional. Said,
Okay, Mike.
you don't want to drink on that.
Okay.
And it's called Flagyl. That's the antibiotic. And I said, why not?
So
and they
don't
said,
drop it if it's Flagyl.
It's Flagyl. It's Flagyl. You're driving in your car. But they said that it's used to treat alcoholism because it makes you that sick if you drink.
Oh, I
Whoa.
won't out the fella, but I was distantly related to a guy that had to take the pills that if you drank any alcohol, you got sick.
That'd be very difficult, I would imagine, if you drank that much that you would actually have to take a pill to make you sick to stop drinking.
All I know is that he couldn't have any alcohol, and caffeine did the same thing. So whenever he came over, had to stock up on grape soda.
So you guys are out of the woods. You guys are out of the woods, but your brother's hunkering down. I got to call my sister and find
they're
out
hunkering
how she's
down.
doing up in Boston. They're
I
going to
don't
get.
feel so bad for New England because they're used to it. They don't bitch about it.
No,
Well,
this is what
they-
they get. They get
you know?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
they
they're
just deflate their balls. That's all they do.
They can handle it. That's a funny line. I like that. That might rear its ugly head later in the show. That's actually terrific. But anyway, so we welcome back our man, Mr. Oscar Santana, from his first week in business school.
Oh yeah. Worst decision I ever made in my life. Let me tell you.
Not. Now, stop that.
Yeah, I'm
I
kidding.
don't know.
It is the best decision I ever made in my life, but it is the hardest. This is the hardest I've ever been challenged in my life. I was talking to Mike on, I think, Saturday night or Friday night.
Friday night.
It all blends together. And I said it feels like, and I might have said this to Rob at one point, it feels like Fight Club for your mind.
You did say that,
because you are being challenged in a way. One, I haven't been in school in 15 years,
Right,
so
and even then,
you don't really feel there's no connection to that side of your reading comprehension. We read magazines, we read articles,
right.
And I feel like I have
I read prescription bottle
connection to. I like reading newspaper articles online, and I feel like I
You almost sounded Russian when you said that. I like reading newspaper article online.
on that computer machine.
I guess my point is this: is that if someone were to come and ask me, did you think it was going to be this hard when you registered and before you started, I would say no.
But you did anticipate it being a difficult
I knew it was
thing.
going to be a challenge,
Right.
and it's not just necessarily the studying; it's the level of subject matter that you have to comprehend
Is
and
it
learn.
Which
is
to
it
me
even
is-
harder than doing the entertainment page?
Absolutely. Let me tell
Wow.
you. I
What
miss
he's
doing
talking
that.
about to me, I experienced in my freshman year of college, and it is I don't know how you react to it, Oscar, but it sounds similar, and it is one of the most how do I describe it? It's one of the most terrifying experiences one can go through when you sit in a class and you are presented with material that you don't get.
Yep.
That you don't understand. That's so overwhelming. And that's what happened to me. The course was Intro to Philosophy with Dr. D.A. Drennan. I've told this story a million times. That, they put it up there and you're like, I'm not qualified. Did you have one of those moments where you said, you applied, you got in? Did you
throughout
say,
the week,
this is above, this is above my head?
What's great about it is that's the way you're supposed to feel. The frustration that I had the first day didn't. It subsided as the week went on because you realize that everyone else in your course is feeling the same way. And as the week goes on, especially I was on a high on Friday because I started understanding everything everybody was talking about.
Okay.
And if you're in a classroom you have our blocks of classes with a break are 5-hour blocks of classes, right?
Okay.
So you have one class for 5 hours. And then you have a break.
Can't even do a radio show for 5 hours anymore.
Imagine 2 classes for 5 hours each
Oh,
day.
and especially in our line of work, I mean, we're not used to concentrating more than half an hour at a time.
If that.
I mean, yeah, we listen to each other for about a minute and a half. That's all we
Exactly.
can stand.
So
That's terrible.
it's grueling, but the satisfaction of walking into, as you said, Mike, your freshman year, and being frustrated, almost feeling defeated, and then questioning why you're there.
How long was it before you realized that you weren't alone?
I think after the first day, when we
Really?
all went to dinner and people were candid and nice enough to say, "Are you understand? Are you
Did you look
comprehending?"
around and see blank faces?
No, because they're all professionals. Everybody has their poker face, right?
Sure.
You don't get a chance to talk to anybody until you're at dinner and say, "Look, I'm having problems with them." They're like, "Thank God you said something because I am as well." And then everybody starts opening up. But as the week goes on, there are so many aspects to this type of education, which is a business education, and about running a business that we, frankly, and I'm happy and I'm so excited to apply some of these tactics and strategies to this business. And it's not going to change the way we do the show.
No.
It's just going to change what we do behind the scenes of the show.
Yeah,
And for
because
the
we were
better.
talking about we have to grow and we have to move forward. It's like anything else. We do this because we love it, but we're not play acting at it. And,
No.
and in the world of podcasts, make no mistake, there are a lot of people out there that are doing it,
Yes.
but they're just doing it, and they're not looking at it as a serious business. And the thing that makes this good is because we want to be around for a long, long time,
Yeah.
and we want this to be something where that you can enjoy. And so, when Oscar
the
came to me and
longevity.
said he wanted to do this, I was pretty jacked up about it. And that I love the fact that with your participation, that's the way we all approach it now. We approach it as serious business.
Yep.
The business side of what we do, we want to make this go for a long time. We're not doing this to stay stagnant. We're not doing this just because we want to flap our gums every day. We're doing this because this is the change that we all made in our careers, and we want it to grow. And that's exciting to me.
Yeah,
I'm very excited about
and
that.
for anybody within an earshot of my voice that's thinking of going back to school, I can't tell you if it's for you or it's not for you. I will
Did you
say,
use the phrase earshot of my voice when you were in your class?
You know what I mean. No, you don't get to talk a lot because you're sitting there and you don't want to.
Listen to you.
You don't want to give.
Listen to you. You picking on your brother over there. If you had 1/10 of the ambition this man had. I worked on Friday. By the way, I had a great week last week on with Rob up until Friday.
Yes.
And on Friday, I worked with a vanilla milkshake. I swear to God. I asked Rob what he was going to do on the weekend, thinking that would be a conversation starter, and he informed me he was going to alphabetize his fucking record collection. And at that point, I wanted to crawl under the carpet and die. Right there, die on the spot. But other than that, it was a pretty good week.
At least you're not holding a grudge.
No, not at all. Not at all.
My point is this, is that I will be as candid and honest, I think I owe that to all of you, about my experience. I will say that my first week was grueling, and it was tough, and there were times where I said, and I questioned my decision to go because it was so tough. And I would be lying otherwise because it really is challenging, and it's not about the workload. It's about how much you can you can physically handle and what you can learn in that short span of time.
Sure.
But by the end of the week, I walked out on cloud 9 because I started understanding the concepts. Even with financial accounting, which is supposed to be one of the hardest courses, the fact that I'm understanding what debits and credits and liabilities and equities and just understanding how to do a T-chart is, you sit there and you wonder, how the heck did I learn this during the week, right?
Right.
And that's
I have a
what's
favor to
beautiful about
ask
what we
of you.
do. Yes.
I have a favor to ask of you. Okay, as you both know, and a lot of the listeners don't know this, but I am going to be renting a small cabin in the Pine Trees for next summer. I am going to spend time with my family up there for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's hot down here in Florida, but the fact is, it's also where my entire family is, and I want to be closer to them, but I am living far away from them, so I will be not close to them. But I will be hanging around with them more. So what I'm going to need from you, because they're all MBAs up there. They're just, my family's like thick with them. Okay.
Oh yeah, they hand them out like Tic Tacs.
Oscar, I just want you to throw a concept in my ear every now and then that I can, just
throw you a bone
with. Like, what was that T thing you said? What was that
T-chart?
T? Hey, how you doing? Oh boy, I tell you, how's that run going? Hey, Michael, what's tougher there, jogging or a T-chart? Huh? There you go. Before we go to break here, we'll continue with this, but I wanted to say, you're talking about the workload and how good it is to go back to school, but I have a particular question about your class.
Yes.
It is college. I know when you go to college, there are lots of other people that are in the classroom, and I would not be doing my job as a journalist if I didn't ask, out of the entire group of potential masters of business administration at the University of Maryland,
Yes.
were there any smart girls?
Mike, there are smart girls, yes.
Yeah.
I know what you mean by
Sure.
that.
Did you
Are
get to
they
see
the
their
kind of
T-charts?
No T-charts. No T-charts.
Kind of girls that might take off the glasses, shake their hair loose.
Oh, Mike, do they have their pencil in a bun with a pencil? They have their hair in a bun with a pencil in it, right?
All right, you've turned it into a porn now. We can take a break.
Yeah,
no, I will not.
turned it into a porn.
All very smart, very talented, very accomplished professionals. I'll say that.
That's right.
Well, just quickly, let me add this. So, what was interesting about outside of the entire weekend, actually finding different aspects to talk about on the show and apply to our business. And this is what's great about when you go to business school, and I'm lucky enough to help run a business, is that you can start seeing where this all fits into the structure of your business, right? So that's great. But the other side of it is the people you get to be taught by. And there was one class, Mike, and you would have loved it. It was a gentleman who was on the Clinton administration's staff, and he was in his cabinet, and he was there for 8 years with Clinton and then 4 years with Bush. And he talked about his experience at the White House, and it was a systems and design mastery course, which is basically how you set up your business and how you run it and the way you want the culture to be. And I sat there and I said, damn, like I would never have been able to sit in a class like this for the 5 hours and this gentleman to tell us his story and how he got there. And more importantly, how he ran his own business. And not even his own business, but his own personal, his life's business, the way he dealt with his family, right? And at the end of that course, you think it's like, you think business school should teach you how to, a cutthroat, money is everything, capitalism. At the end of that course, he reminds you that, and this is a good reminder for all of us here, because we all have, what we work on and how hard we work on certain aspects of the business, is that he came back to family and what's important to him. And while he was able to do and work as hard as he could at the highest level of government, he also had to remind himself what his family meant to him. So he ended up walking away from the White House for his family.
And because he worked in the Clinton administration, at the very end of the class, he also said, Nancy, Karen, Barbara, I'm going to need you to stay after, please.
Need you to take the pencil out of your
Let's
hair.
take a break. We'll talk more about business school when we come back on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Listen to Americast and get caught up on all the shows of More Broadcasting, like this clip from The Rob and Joe Show.
We are experiencing audio difficulties from our local program. No adjustment of your set is necessary.
Subscribe on iTunes or download it from MikeO'MaraShow.com every Monday right here on the More Broadcasting Network.
Serious question, because I should pay attention to these things. Rob and Joe Show, when's the last new show they did?
They do a new one every week.
They don't miss one.
Oh, they do. So
one.
he's making fun of the audio quality.
Yeah,
quality.
Yes, he's making fun of the quality.
Well, let's help those boys out then. If they're putting the time and effort into, and goddamn, I should listen to it more often.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Did you know that studies have proven that sleep is as important to a healthy lifestyle as a balanced diet and regular exercise? I've discovered the best way to get a great night's sleep: my Sleep Number bed and my Sleep IQ technology. I've talked about it for years. I adore my bed. I can't sleep without it. Now, the all-new Sleep Number beds are available with Sleep IQ technology. Built-in sensors tell you how you're sleeping, which allows you to optimize your sleep. Every morning, I wake up refreshed. My back feels great, and therefore I feel great. It is the best. They took a great product and made it better with Sleep IQ technology, and that is, you pay lots of money to find out how you're supposed to sleep. Sleep Number has done it with Sleep IQ technology. Check them out. My Sleep Number setting is a 65. Carla's is a 75. I got that backwards again. But anyway, discover a better you with a Sleep Number bed and Sleep IQ technology. You can visit a Sleep Number store right now. Save $300 on a Sleep Number C3 bed during the final closeout. No better sleep. Find your Sleep Number setting today only at one of the 450 Sleep Number stores nationwide. You can find one near you by calling 800-511-0061. Again, 800-511-0061. Don't forget to smile. And also tell them that Mike O'Mara sent you.
Right.
Getting back to Oscar and his college experience. So the average age, you are in a Master's of Business Administration course,
and
correct?
it's an executive MBA. So you've got people that have had at least 10 years of work experience in the course.
Right.
Okay, so they're not spring chickens.
No. It's because they have. And if you wanted to go to a part-time, if you wanted to go to a full-time MBA, the cost would be significantly less, about half. So you're talking about maybe $60,000 instead of $120,000, but since you go to an executive,
Oh my
yes,
God!
there's a big difference.
Wow. Did you get your loan yet?
I've applied, so essentially it should go through. Though
It's nice. They defer it a little bit, right?
They defer it, and also my brother was kind enough, and this is when you know you really have a good family. He wrote me, and we were going through the options for the loans. He said, "Hey, look, I've talked to my wife. If you need a certain amount, please talk to us because."
This is Jose?
Yeah, isn't that kind of him?
That is pretty damn nice. That is
and I
pretty
saw my dad
incredible.
this Sunday. He said nothing. I got bupkis from
No,
him.
of course not.
I said, see
he
you
said,
later.
sell the watch.
He said, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm out of here. He goes,
back
Scott, how's financing? And I said, great. Anything?
Well,
Nothing?
back in the 1980s, I actually sat my mom down and my brother-in-law Paul and Kathy, and I asked for a loan myself. And I have tape of that. Let's play that.
Didn't Kathy send you a photograph of money?
Did you really? Did you really?
No,
Oh, Jesus.
No, family helps you out. That's
Yeah,
Sure, that's what they do.
I think that's what they
I just
do.
wasn't expecting that. I was shocked.
That's
It was
very
like-
nice of him. And
Way
then he
to
was off to the hospital to
I
hide.
said later.
So, do you get lunch at the school?
Yeah, for the amount of money you pay, Mike, they serve you lunch, and you have a cafeteria, a little room that's dedicated to you with snacks. So you go in there, they have a bunch
Craft
of sodas.
services. Actually, where
craft
they-
service. It's really craft services.
What they
really
did,
it
Mike, is they put him up at the Tangiers. So it's very, very nice.
Your food and your snacks and beverages comped.
No, joking, but they did put you up in a hotel,
Yeah,
right?
you're at the Marriott.
One semester a year, or once per semester, you have to go for a week, right? Is that how it works?
Yeah, no, once per semester. You're
Okay,
right, per semester.
Did you find any new pals there? Did you? Meet
I made
any
some
new
friends.
Pals?
Yes, I mean I made a few friends. I did. I was excited. I was
That's
actually telling
adorable.
Shannon. I was telling Shannon, I was like, I made friends. One gentleman, his parents own a construction company that he'll be taking over, so that's nice. And he's
is
he's-
nice.
Oh, wait a
he's
minute.
my
Hold on. We
age.
have him on the phone, don't we?
Yeah.
Didn't we get that? The Oscar was nice enough because, you don't want to just get Oscar's perspective. So he's on. Mac, is he on the line right now? I
He's
believe.
on the line.
Rob, I think you're going to have to take the call.
Okay, hello?
Oh wait, the Skype. You guys never get the right signal.
We have to
Jeez.
double click.
Oh man.
This is the guy that he's going to inherit his parents' construction company, right?
Look, I don't know the
And
details.
what happened is
I didn't get
Skype.
into
What's
this.
happening? Are we having problems with it?
The Skype is not, for some reason, the internet connection is a little soft today. We need a more robust
We
connection.
got to work on our T1 lines.
Yeah, I told you to test the Skype.
Rob,
before
I
we
think
started the
we
show.
have him now. I think we got
Okay,
him.
is he there? Is he on Skype? Hello.
How you doing? How's it going? Yeah, Oscar's taking the class with me. My family's in construction.
Really?
Yeah, how you doing? He's a bright guy. He's a bright guy. I just want to know where to put the money.
What's your favorite thing about Oscar?
The favorite thing is down to earth. He's down to earth. He's got a good head on his shoulders, and seems to be all right. We're all in that class. We don't know which end is up. Jesus, what a
Tough
course
stuff,
load!
huh?
I swear to God, oh my God, I can't figure it. What are you talking about? It sounds like Jimmy. Widgets? Widgets? Come on
explain-
now.
can you
You left
explain
out
to
a
me-
bunch of stuff.
Can you explain to me a T-chart?
Yeah, T-chart is look. If I try to explain to you a T-chart, your brain would be swelled.
All right, let me
Let's
ask
talk
you
about
something that you can understand.
Let's talk about cash flow.
Yeah, a little bit about
Cash flow. Now that I talk about cash flow, I've always said for years that the fact is you got to have more coming in than going out.
And that's good, right?
You got to have more coming in than going out. And if you don't have more coming in than going out, you might as well just take a gun and put it in your mouth and pull the trigger, right?
Now, you were there for the whole week with Oscar. The room that had the food, how was the ziti?
So where's the F&Z? There you go. That's right. All right, I got to go. Goodbye.
So long.
You know how we made friends, Mike?
How?
It's because we both sat at the front of the class.
That's gutsy. That's
Yeah,
gutsy
well,
instead of
yeah.
hiding in the back of the class.
And it's funny you say that because one of our professors walked in and he said, "I see you." He said, "I see all of you at the top hiding. Come on down."
Oh,
So he
really?
forced them to come even.
So that's a great first impression you make
abs-
on the professor,
Well,
right?
Mike, I want to get every ounce. I want to squeeze that school for every ounce of knowledge I can learn because I'm paying so much effing money.
Well, that is the right kind of. I mean, what professor wouldn't want to have a student that does that? That's true.
Yeah.
And did you get anything like a sweatshirt or a sticker?
I did. I got.
Did you get a sticker, son?
We had professional profile photographs taken on Thursday in our suits and dresses or whatever the
Which
ladies
did
are
you wear?
wearing. I went with the dress. Thank you. And then we got a nice Under Armour fleece that
Right.
because Under Armour's clearly was born at University of Maryland.
Do you have a copy of your photograph, of your professional
They
photograph?
haven't given it to us yet, and
I can't wait.
They gave us a little pin at the end of the week that we could wear with our suits.
And
that
up front,
says-
his pin said 5 days sober.
No, it was a pledge. It was a pledge pin
Yes.
on his uniform.
Without that pledge pin.
On your uniform. Do you understand?
No, what did your pin say?
It just says the Robert H. Smith School of Business.
That's a good $100,000.
So the
pin.
next time he goes to class will be weekend. The weekend classes start now, right?
Yes,
That's when
yes.
you'll
And
go to the
I'm
weekend.
terrified because the workload of homework we have before that class.
Yeah.
Oh man, I gotta tell
So
you.
we'll
accept no bitching on this show. Just remember that.
I'm gonna start right after this show today. I've allocated 2 hours to start my readings, and we'll go from there.
So nobody texts you on Friday night.
No. What I told Shannon, I said Sunday was study day. Sunday now is drinking day because of the Super Bowl party.
Right.
I said Sunday's cooked. I got to start studying now.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
That's it. Right?
Drinking day.
Are you gonna
and
be
then
the
when he
guy-
gets to class on Saturday, he'll walk in and go, Brother D-Day, Brother Blue Day.
Can I have 10,000 marbles, please?
This is really great. Oh, so you got a pretty big workload, huh? Okay, I recommend drinking heavily right now. That's the way it starts right
Are you going to
now.
bring a textbook to Jimmy's, try to catch up during the
No,
commercials?
I can't do that.
I think it might be nice.
Mr. Santana, I'm sure that mafia payouts and all of that. No, anyway, I'm sorry.
tell you though, Mike-
we're such idiots, Rob. All we have is Back to School and Animal House.
I know.
College, duh.
There may be some academic voiceover work that I could tap you for because there's this new program they're launching that in my
He's listening.
and my
Did you hear it get quiet in here?
It got awfully
in my
quiet.
strategic management class where they're taking the course materials and making videos and voiceovers. And since it's a beta, it's just starting out. The professor said, if anybody knows anybody that would want to beta their voice for this, you can please let me know. And I said,
By the way,
wow.
TV voice work and the TV voice work that I do, I learned something. Look, I have not had a large body of voiceover work and narration in my career, but last year I had two. I had two very large projects that Rob and I worked on, and I tell Rob every year, I said we should do more of that, and kind of combine our efforts. And I said, Rob, you can kind of handle the marketing of it, and I'll just do the voice work, and then you do the engineering. We'll do that. So you know where that's going to go. Exactly. That's like nothing. Buy tickets, nothing. So I learned about TV. They promise you where these things are going to be seen and what's going to happen, and then nothing happens.
Not a thing.
Have you heard from that one guy that we did the work for?
Not so
the
much
guy
as-
Tom.
Not so much as a Christmas card.
I mean,
Nothing.
Weren't we supposed to have that show shown in the Smithsonian?
That's
Wasn't
right.
That was what
And there
what was said.
and it was in contention for awards, Mike. There was to be awards.
Well, it won an award.
Right.
It won an award at one point, and then it's just they vaporize, and you never hear
I have a
anything
question.
about them. Yes.
The check's clear?
Yeah, that's the only thing that matters. Yeah, After, but with the second one, with the hurricane, one,
Yes.
I practically had to fly. They were a European company that did that. I practically had to get one of those
European
747s.
model.
Yeah, exactly. So that's it. I'd love to get narration work. That's the answer to that. I'd love to do that. Bring it on.
I think that it'd be an interesting pipeline for you
But
because
doesn't-
if you could work there. And
Doesn't beta mean free?
beta means free, Mike?
Oh, not interested. Thank you. We'll take a break. Come back with more on the Mike O'Mara Show. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Yeah, I mean, I love doing the work. I do. I like narration, but I don't market. I'm not a networker. I'm not good at that.
Thought you could maybe cut these financial videos and put it in your portfolio, so you could have something else to show someone.
Oh, you know what? Nope. Anyway, welcome back to. Really, no.
No.
Welcome back to the
Really,
Mike
no.
O'Mara Show. Here to tell you about the 2015 bonus show packages. You know the new year has come and gone, and the best time to make a better you is now. Right. Laughter is the best medicine, so why not make a resolution to laugh more in the new year? Do it by subscribing to the 2015 TMOS bonus package. Subscribe for a full year, and you will get full access to all of the 2015 bonus content, on-demand video access to every bonus show, plus access to the entire bonus show anthology at over 25% savings. All the dazzling info is waiting for you at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Click the banner marked TMOS bonus packages. People were kind of raving about our bonus package this week, and you won't get it unless you buy it.
I got a couple messages last week. People are using them as gifts.
Oh, very
And you
cool.
know what? A Pony can make it really easy for
yeah.
you to gift the bonus package to a TMOS fan in your life.
Awesome.
Even if it's for a birthday or a late Christmas something, you want to
Done.
remember someone, send Pony an email. He can set it up like that. It's a great gift.
Ponyboy at
This is the most
MikeO'MaraShow.com.
important time, and we really need you to pull for us. And how are we doing, Pony? Are they responding to these constant pleas, or and you always say they are, but we can do better. I want more than that. I want an honest assessment. Do I need to goose this more? Do I need to right now fall on my knees and beg people to buy our bonus content?
Well, Mike, they are, like I said, they are digging our new, less political, more funny bonus shows, and we can always do better. And I just want people to get out and enjoy our product.
What was that?
I would say, Mike.
What the hell was that? That was a content critique, you dick.
I'll tell you the truth.
I'm going to be honest.
There's 100 of you that signed up last year that didn't sign up this year. Get on it, please.
Yeah, come on.
Get on it.
Of you. 100.
Do
you
it,
know what
people.
That means 100 of you don't want to buy the bonus or forgot. Do it,
Did
please.
Did Marcus Serta just come in here?
No.
Sounded like it.
No, I honestly, if that's what really we're talking about, that's a lot of people. So
It is. We
get
need
on
your
it,
help.
please.
All right, welcome back to the show. I'm here to tell you about the fact that I am petty on Facebook.
No.
I am.
Sweet transition.
I've never seen it.
I am petty. No, Oscar's warned me. Carla tells me. Both of them tell me. The two 30-somethings always tell me, don't get involved. I'm like, no. I get even the slightest little comment or critique can set me off. And you know that. That's part of my DNA. Now, last week, there was this lady, Lynn, who wrote something about me being cranky, and it was a whole thread.
Oh, Lynn.
And that's when I came in and said to Rob, I said, the bonus show this week, we'll do the first 5 minutes of it will be super syrupy.
Nice. Nice.
And that's when we talk about the bonus content. And see, it was a segue, Oscar. Yeah. The bonus content, that's why we weave it in to the show and the social media that's out there. And they were saying, okay, You want a show where it's sweetness and light all the time and happy, joy, and I'm not cranky? Then let's do a first 10 minutes of the show where we talk about happy stuff. And Rob and I were terrible at it. We tried to do it, but because Rob, you're not capable of doing anything but shtick. You're not. You can't do. And as somebody who was in theater arts,
right,
the word subtlety, I was like, we immediately went into, well, hey, how are you? And I didn't want it to be that. I wanted it to be just two guys talking nicely to each other.
Even though I sucked at it, I wanted to know, I had such a good time with it. Did you have fun doing it, or were you miserable?
I was actually. I thought it was fun when we were really selling it, when we were trying to be fake, but not let people know. But as soon as it got jive, I hated doing it.
Yeah,
I really, I totally hated it. So anyway, they took her comment off.
Oh no!
Oh no, I might have blocked her.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's an
I probably
example
ended
of
up
pettiness
blocking
right
her.
there.
Yeah,
What
but
was her
anyway,
name?
she Lynn Martin was her name,
Martin.
and I think that, and so anyway, she wrote that I'm cranky and she hates it when I'm cranky, and then she said, I hate anxious old man Mike. I remembered. I actually committed it to memory. It says here, the first part of the thread is, nice Mike made me very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable indeed. That's funny. That makes me laugh. Okay. Then later on, Lynn writes, I hate anxious old man Mike. Too bitter. I'm here for entertainment. And so then I finally let it go.
Sure.
Then almost 24 hours later, I got back on and I read it again. And I wrote, I hate negative lonely Lynn. Too bitter. I'm here for, and then I wrote, oh, wait, I don't know why I'm here. But Lynn, you're not nice. So I couldn't help myself.
But she's lonely.
There were five people in the thread.
Yeah.
That's all
Are
it
we
was.
still
But I
on
just
the groups? I can't even find the TMOS fan club anymore.
Oh yeah, they're there.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe something happened
Maybe
that I
you
don't
got
know
blocked.
about.
Maybe.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, and the first thing I always see whenever I go to anything on the internet is HBO's, brand
HBS.
new HBS's
Not a home box office. That's not my
HBS's
father.
pinup of the day, and he's found a new website, Rob, hasn't he? He's found a very, very nice bikini website. that he's,
You know what?
sharing with.
He is at heart a beach dweller, and he likes the women in the swimsuits. He does
And the
like that.
comment of the day on the HBS pinup of the day thread is from Gordon Glorfield, who said, I think she's wearing her little sister's suit. Thank you, Gordon. I could not agree more. Thank you very much. But anyway, yeah, I do that. I'm petty on Facebook. I can't help it. I just, I believe people need to be challenged.
But they know that you're going to do it. You shouldn't do it because the way to stop it is to stop giving them what they expect. Don't you know?
Yeah, this is true.
This is I
true.
say this to Robert and Julia all the time. I say, why do you go and do that to get a reaction out of your sister? Because you know it's going to go badly.
Yeah.
Just leave her alone. Don't ever go in her bedroom. Don't touch her stuff but he knows the reaction he's going to get.
Now
If she
get up
would
to your room and here's a $500 ticket for you.
That's
Well,
right.
Mike craves
if you would
action.
just calm down. Mike does. He craves the action.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I like to mix it
He's
up.
lonely
I just,
and cranky,
Well,
and he wants
here-
action.
Here's the thing. I crave action. By the way, Pony, do you hate it when we get political? Do you hate that? Because it kind of is interesting when you said you were being honest. You kind of volunteered that. I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, I thought I
about
missed
that.
something last week.
You know,
guys
I
talked
don't
about
hate
or
it,
something.
but I listen to our listeners.
Yeah, a lot of people
and
hate
you know
it.
what? We work for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, a
work
lot of
for
people.
them.
Well, a lot of Republicans hate it.
Can we?
I mean, let's be honest. A lot of the Obama haters hate it,
Can we
right?
get a sweatshirt for Pony that says "We work for them"?
I would love that.
We work for them.
I don't, Mike. I don't.
And I
think-
don't do it. I don't do it at hardly ever anymore.
Well,
but last
I-
week
I-
was the
no.
State of the Union address.
Yeah,
and it
big
had to be
deal.
dealt
It's a
with.
big
Of
deal.
course.
Oh, you talked about the State of the Union.
Did we, Rob? I don't even remember if we
had to
did. Did we
touch
talk
on
about
it.
it a lot?
We
Well,
touched
we
on
talked
the
about
fact-
we talked about it when he said when he got heckled.
Oh,
He
that's
got
important.
we
to talk
talked
about.
about
I like
that.
that.
We
I
talked
like
about
that.
the
I
heckle,
actually
yeah.
watched that, and I said he should have just dropped the mic and walked off the podium.
Well, you know what would have worked,
Would've been
and you know what?
hilarious.
Speaking to the argument that I should stay out of the fray,
Yes.
what the ideal situation might have been to sit there, pause, and ruefully shake his head. Just briefly.
Yeah.
And that may have carried a bigger stick instead of the sharp, nasty comeback,
Oh, I like
which
the
I
sharp,
thought brought.
nasty
Well, a
comeback.
lot of people like the sharp, nasty comeback, but don't you
awesome.
think that brings him right down to that level?
You know,
I think
that's-
immediately.
That is hard to run without a simulation to see how that would have been, because it could have been spun by the Republicans. Say, see, he doesn't even have an answer to it.
Oh, guys,
Right.
I got to tell you something. I'm sitting here, and you know I'm more conservative than Mike and Rob. What bothers me, and honestly, to be fair to our listeners, and I would say in 2013, 2012, coming up on an election year,
Sure.
we talked about politics. It's just what it is. We're from D.C. It's part of it. That's what we do.
Right.
That's what happens. It's
Right.
an effing election year. 2014. We almost I would say maybe 5% of the entire shows touched on politics,
If that.
because we stayed away from it.
I
because
think we
it wasn't,
pointedly stayed away from it.
absolutely we worked on it consciously.
And I'll tell you, and that's not simply, and that's not because I'm responding. Oh, people might not like it. I make my calls based on what I think is going to be
Exactly.
interesting,
Yeah.
and what I'm going to be able to offer
So-
an energetic show on. I don't make it based on people going, "Oh, it's too deep, man, too heavy." No, screw
to
you.
be
That's not why I make those
fair
decisions.
to us, again, I would say 5% of 2014 was allotted to that. That's
Okay.
5%. So 95%
By the-
was the yucks and the
Yeah.
and the
Well,
follies and the good times.
I was
love the
talking about.
follies.
Yes.
I stumbled onto the Fox radio station down here with Limbaugh and Hannity, and I listened to that, and I wonder seriously for those guys. I wonder about their mental health, how they are able to do that every single day. I think it is inevitable that it would take some sort of toll.
Limbaugh-
I'm not making a political judgment at all.
No.
I'm simply saying that type of acid, spewing that kind of acid every single day, I would imagine ultimately that would make for a pretty
but it
unhappy
does.
person.
That's why Limbaugh's hooked on pills.
But Mike, some people may say that about your liberal stations as well.
Oh, but no, I mean, a Rachel Maddow, the same thing. Keith
Yep.
Olbermann.
Yeah.
I mean, it's documented that Keith Olbermann is a pain in the ass to work with.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I haven't read a lot of behind the scenes stuff about Rachel Maddow. I'm saying either side. I'm totally saying either side. When you do that kind of, and really, the number one question I get down here all the time is, what kind of politics do you talk? Because that's where
It's assumed.
we have been spoon-fed that now
It's
in our
assumed.
radio media for so long. And that's what's on.
Yeah.
That's what's on all the time,
But
and it's sad.
we
That's why
make
you're absolutely right.
A conscious effort to stay away from it now. That's just the reality. But if Obama does something that no one's ever done in the State of the Union, we'll talk about it.
Sure.
That's the bottom line. And then,
Well, like for example, last night on 60 Minutes, you had Speaker Boehner and and Mitch McConnell, and it was just fun to watch those guys because they look tired too.
I
They look
watched that,
tired.
Mike.
I think everybody's tired.
I
of it,
actually
you know what
I
I mean?
felt for them because I sat there and I said, they don't have control over their own party.
Yeah.
And you sit there and it's evident within that interview where you said, well, you know who loses We all lose.
We all lose,
We-
and of course they're going to look
we
tired. You know why?
lose.
Because they've got really, it's a two-party system essentially.
Well, really 3 now.
And
I'm gonna say.
but they've got so few people working with them. Everybody's working against
Yes.
everybody. So, and then you know what? They're working
Absolutely.
against people too. How can you move forward when all your energy is pulling back?
Again,
and that's why they're tired.
we're here.
We love the
We're
fight.
here for the yucks, but
Yeah.
we will report on something that happens. That's just the
Right.
reality.
And speaking of that, I think it's time to change the subject and move on to the health of our own intern Mac.
Ah,
now
Mac
Mac,
attack.
let me.
Literally.
Mac, first of all, we will not continue this. If you are you okay now?
I am okay now. I'm better than I felt in the last 2 weeks.
Oh,
Okay, so you've
Because
had a
remember,
little.
he had the low blood sugar and the potato chip debacle last
Oh,
week.
yeah.
Right. Yeah, I don't, I think any physician in the country might say eating a bag of Pringles or a tube of
Mike.
Pringles
It's a
probably not
tube.
the best thing to do. So you were in the hospital over the weekend?
I was last night.
Oh, last night. So you're
yes.
fresh out of the
I am
hospital and in the
fresh out of
studio.
the
There's
hospital.
there's a good word.
Which
there.
hospital did you go to?
I went to the Fairfax Inova Hospital.
Ah, yes, that's a
Nice.
great outfit.
Did you get the proper care?
I did get the proper care.
Did you go to the ER?
I did have to go to the ER.
Did you drive yourself?
My mother
Rob, I
drove
think
me.
we need some medical music whenever
got
we're
it.
talking about you certainly play it for my maladies. I don't want to interrupt your jumping all over the interns, which you love to do, but I just want to get some medical
What
music
happened,
for our
buddy?
own Mac.
Well, it turned out to be I was dehydrated. I've been sick slightly the past 2 weeks.
Do you get that? What Mike just did?
I do.
Yeah. Is that the case?
It is not the case.
Okay.
Got to replace those fluids, boy.
Replace those fluids, boy.
I mean, yesterday, I drank quite a lot, 2 bottles of water.
Look at you.
And apparently it's just the Addison's disease. It can do that. And
It can dehydrate you?
Yeah. And I was just
The disease or the medication?
the disease.
Oh, okay. I had no idea.
And the
So
problem,
you have to maybe overhydrate a little bit?
I guess. I might have gotten some sickness, which started the dehydration, and the Addison's disease escalated it. So, I was just vomiting like 5 times within an hour.
Last night?
Around 3 o'clock.
In the morning?
No, in the afternoon.
Oh, you poor kid.
Oh,
Now I
man.
feel bad for you. I feel
So
really bad.
it was.
And the vomiting probably, that exacerbates the dehydration.
Yes.
So it's.
So how are you feeling? You're sore from all that vomiting?
I am. My body is a little sore. That's normal. But my stomach and everything feels.
You lean in a little
good.
bit so I can see your pretty little face when you're
I can do
telling
that.
your pretty little
Mike,
story.
I'd like to ask him
There
a
you go.
question.
Go ahead, Oscar.
Was it so you had the 2 bottles of water. Let's do some mental math here. You had the 2 bottles of water. You beat off 3 times.
no, now we can't put that on the radio.
I'm just trying to add the math. So if you had 3 bottles of water, you would have leveled all out. You'd been okay, right?
It's going to be edited for the final product, but Oscar Santana was explaining to Mac that he was losing fluids.
You know what? Really, this
Thank
sort of
you.
harkens back to what we learned about business school,
Yeah.
is that you
Yes.
have to have more coming in than
Absolutely.
going out, or you're
Yeah.
going to be very, very sick.
You'll go out of business.
So did your mom and dad go to the hospital with you?
Yes. My dad decided to leave because he couldn't find a parking spot. But my mom stayed with me, and my mom.
Wait, hold on a second.
Yeah.
I really picture your dad as like when Marty McFly's dad in the first Back to the Future. Well, I can't find a parking place. So
I asked him
I'm
not to
gonna-
go.
What is this? A hospital with no parking?
See, you
I
use that movie. I use Christmas Story. Hey, bumpkins is. Can't find a parking space. I give it. So he split.
Yeah, I actually asked him not to come because I really didn't need him. I could. They can take care of it. I didn't really need him to be there. He wanted to come, so he took a second car, but couldn't find a parking spot, so he just.
So you brought 2 vehicles?
We brought 2 vehicles.
That's
So
why
how
there's
long
no
were you?
parking.
How long were you in the ER?
I was in the ER for 5 hours.
Oh man! Wow, that's a crappy Sunday afternoon, and
Yes,
you're
it
feeling
was.
better now.
Definitely better today.
And they gave you medicine and all that.
Yes, they gave me my corticosteroids stress dose for the Addison.
By the way, if you want to know what those drugs do, Mac explained off air to us. If we really, really were to piss him off, his eyes turn green, and he'll start punching through the wall.
Mike, I have
That's
another
exactly
quick
what he'll
question.
do.
I have
Yes,
another
go right
question,
ahead.
if you don't mind.
Yes, yeah. You notice he's a new politer Oscar coming. More polite, I should. Politer. How about that for the English?
Politer. He's a politer guy.
Hey,
Right.
Mac, not to really dig into the subject, but how many minutes do you think your dad looked for a spot before he rolled out?
I would say a good 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Wow. The hospital has a lot of parking.
Way to go, Mr. McAvoy.
I hope you don't think I'm going to be paying for parking.
There you go.
If I
Not a
can't find
chance.
some on the street, I am out of here, mister.
Exactly. There's TV to watch at home. All
That's
right.
right.
Well, feel better, Mac, okay?
Thank you. And a funny thing that happened while I was in the hospital, I was in a room next to...
You hear that music, Mac?
I can do.
That means we're going to commercial. Is this
You
quick?
should know that as
It's
better
quick.
as quick as
I was in a
anyone.
room with a woman who could not stop burping.
Wow.
That's
No.
great.
It was hilarious.
That's a wonderful anecdote.
Well, Mike,
Thank
he's
you.
batting 500. It was quick, but it wasn't
Yes,
funny.
It was fantastic.
Don't
We'll take a
need
break.
that
News you may not need coming up on the Mike O'Mara Show.
I want you to think about your cell phone bill. And what are we actually paying for? I'm Todd Moore. On December 22nd, Oscar Santana from Baltimore, Maryland, said he only paid $62 a month for a cell phone bill with unlimited data. Is that possible?
This is a Verizon LTE call from
Oscar Santana.
from Tech 411.
Yo, man, I don't know how many times I have to tell you this. It's $62 a month. She gave me a great deal. I mean, she was nice to me.
So I looked at his bill, and it had that number on it, but it had a lot of other numbers, too. And what's up with that Nisha call? On the next episode of Tech 411.
Yo, I'm a nice guy. I just wish people would listen to the show and subscribe on iTunes.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. It's funny.
Sociopath.
Isn't it funnier, Rob, when he's in the studio? It's funny
It
to
is.
look
He got
at
very
him.
excited.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Exactly.
excited about that.
There's no place like Las Vegas, people, and nobody does Vegas like Vegas.com. Be like our listener. What's that guy's name that was...
Tom Engel.
Tom Engel.
Rob's guy, Tom Engel.
He uses Vegas.com. He's a Mike O'Mara Show listener, and he loves it. It's the way to book Vegas from the inside. Unlike the other travel sites that help you get tickets to Vegas and book trips to Vegas, people on Vegas.com, they live and they work and they play and they have fun in Las Vegas. They can save you money on all the hot shows, the tours, the attractions, the VIP bottle service. And by the way, they know the people that set the deals, too. So
Right.
the moment prices drop, Vegas.com drops them on their site in real time. You will get the lowest rate on your hotel thanks to Vegas.com's Drop Watch tool. Let's say your hotel rate drops after you book it. They tell you so you can rebook. And Vegas.com refunds the difference. That is like the greatest thing in the world to be able to do that. How many times have you said, I booked the trip. Oh, no, look at this. Look at the rate they're offering right now. Why didn't I do it? You know, I'd say that. I do that all the time.
You can do no wrong with Vegas.com.
Yeah,
You can do no
they have
wrong.
your back.
Vegas.com is fantastic, and it gets better. Go to Vegas.com right now, and when you book hotels, shows, even jumping off the Stratosphere Hotel, just enter the code TMOS in the promo box at checkout and get an extra 10% off everything but air hotel packages. That's Vegas.com, and get your bonus savings with our secret code TMOS. We love Vegas.com. Vegas.com, the only place that you can get insider information. I'm talking the real insider information for the Vegas trip of your life, everybody.
News.
Despite being a relative pageant newcomer, Miss Colombia, Paulina Vega, has been crowned Miss Universe, beating out first runner-up Miss USA, Nia Sanchez, and contestants from more than 80 other countries. Oscar hit me to the Miss Universe pageant last night. You enjoyed? Did you stick with it?
I
through the
texted Mike.
evening?
I said NBC Miss Universe, and then my next text was strong.
Strong.
And then my next text was Mike said something about throwing up in bags, and I said good eggs because they're all pretty girls. I felt like a creep as my girlfriend walked into the bedroom. She's like, "What are you doing? I said, oh, I'm just checking out the Miss Universe pageant. She goes, just by yourself? I said, yeah, I want to see what's going on, see what these girls are up to. So that was creepy.
Now, she's from Colombia, the winner? Do you know the family?
I don't know the family. We're not all related.
Oh, okay.
Rob. I'll say that a lot of people thought Miss Jamaica should have won.
Oh,
there was robbed.
I watched the very end of it, and there was a huge boo
They booed
when they
Miss
did
Colombia.
that.
You want to hear it? I have that.
You have it.
Let's listen.
She was fourth runner-up.
And they were pissed.
Because there's a tremendous Jamaican population in Florida.
They were fired up.
Yeah, check it out.
The fourth runner-up is Jamaica.
Basically last of the 5.
Fired up.
They were not happy.
Whoa. I didn't like the short hair. I think the short hair did her wrong.
Really?
Maybe
she looked like Peter Pan.
It was stunningly unique,
gorgeous.
stunning and unique looking woman. I was kind of
absolutely
bummed that she
gorgeous.
didn't win it. But anyway, and the Miss USA I thought was kind of the cookie cutter. That's the way. So
Columbia
Miss
was
Colombia is the winner.
Apparently, earlier in the day, Miss USA was in the emergency room, couldn't stop burping.
Oh, Mac loved that. You just killed Mac with that. Did you hear that laugh?
That killed me. It killed me, too. Birdman took home the top prize at Sunday's Screen Actors Guild Awards. The comedy about a washed-up actor, played by Michael Keaton, now sits as the presumed leader in the clubhouse for Best Picture at the Academy Awards, inching ahead of critics' favorite Boyhood, thanks to strong industry support. I've not seen Birdman. I have seen Boyhood.
Is it like,
really?
I mean, do you,
God,
what I take away from the
just-
reviews
it's Hollywood,
seems like an
baby.
exercise, doesn't it?
It is an exercise. It's great they did it over
It's
12
clever.
years.
It's a
amazing.
clever idea, but
It's amazing to see the kids legitimately age, but at the same time, I don't really know. I mean, it's like life. You know,
Yep.
I don't think life makes for a great movie all the time.
True enough.
Eddie Redmayne won Outstanding Performance by a Male Actor in a Lead Role for The Theory of Everything. He bested Keaton for that award. Who else won? Julianne Moore for Still Alice. I don't even know. Was that ever in the theaters even? J.K. Simmons for Whiplash. Cappy, I'm going to see that tonight. Thank you for the ticket. Cappy bought me a ticket to that movie.
Oh, how
she wants me to
nice.
see it so
Sweet.
bad. It's in an obscure theater down here in Florida. We're going to go see it tonight. So
Oh.
it's got a little Buddy Rich in it. A lot of listeners have actually recommended that as well. And let me see, Patricia Arquette for the aforementioned Boyhood. They all took home trophies. One of the things they talk about the kids growing in Boyhood, but you actually see Patricia Arquette change too.
Sands of
And,
time, man.
it's really fascinating to watch. What are you going to
in the
say,
last
Rob?
scene, doesn't she fly away on a broom?
Okay, thank you.
Who killed my sister?
Bill Nye, the science guy, is not buying Bill Belichick's scientific theories. Everybody talked about the press conferences over the weekend. He
Right.
says, quote, "It didn't make any sense. I don't think you can change the pressure by rubbing the football. To really change the pressure, you need an inflation needle." It's worth noting that Nye is also a Seahawks fan.
Yeah.
And, one of the lighter moments that I was talking to Jimmy this morning, I said, hey, we'll have a party where we root for both teams to lose. It's just, I don't know. There's such defiance among the Patriot fans, and I just want to say, keep it in your pants a little bit, okay? Because it's very, very New York Yankee.
Do you
fan
all
of
know who you're
to do
rooting
that.
for yet?
Yeah, I'm going to root for the Seahawks.
Okay.
Screw Bill Belichick.
What about you,
I changed.
You know what? I dislike both organizations, but because of the cheating in the air, you have to root for the Seahawks, I
Oh
think.
man, now I got to go for the Patriots.
There you go. Way to
There you go.
carry the torch,
There
you
go.
contrarian, you.
Well, no,
American.
I've got a jersey, so why not throw it?
Oh,
on?
good, very good. And you grab, and your buddy and our buddy Grab. He's a big
We've
Seahawks
got
guy.
a contingent there.
American Sniper dominated the box office, earning $64.4 million in its second week of wide release. That brings its total domestic haul. You ready for this?
Yes.
$200 million. Over $200 million. The top new release this week was the Jennifer Lopez thriller The Boy Next Door, kind of like a few other movies she's made, but I love those movies. Carla rolled her eyes at me. Oh, yeah, she's going to get attacked, and then she kicks the guy's ass in the end. I'm like, yeah, I love Jennifer Lopez doing that.
There's nudity in it, too, right?
Yeah, topless.
Yeah.
She's topless.
She's topless.
Have you ever taken your shirt off in a movie?
Let's see. A new release, Jennifer Lopez, Boy Next Door, debuted in second place with $15 million. Animated musical Strange Magic, seventh place with $5.5. Johnny Depp's Mordecai tanked. Good.
Do you know
earning just $4.1 million in ninth place.
Every time I see an ad for Mordecai, the overwhelming feeling I have is, God, Mike would hate that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I
and,
think of when I see it.
Because don't you understand? It's another chance for Johnny Depp to wear a purple sport coat. All right, very good. He's worked on some of the greatest Disney hit songs of all time, Rob Spiewak. Now Oscar-winning composer Alan Menken is planning to turn the 1993 Robin Williams comedy Mrs. Doubtfire into a musical.
Hello!
He revealed that the project is in its early stages of development and is busy composing the music. Menken said that David Zippel is working on the lyrics for the songs. The two previously teamed up on the music for the 1997 animated Disney classic, Hercules.
I love Hercules. Is it going to be on Broadway or is it going to be a movie?
Probably Broadway. That's the way they do it right now. And that's,
you know what? It's lazy. Do a new story, folks. He's a great writer. Come on.
Attention, listeners of KCJJ, Iowa listeners. A mannequin sitting atop a billboard in Des Moines prompted several 911 calls from people who feared someone was about to jump. Sheriff's deputies were first dispatched early Monday to check for a possible suicidal person along U.S. Highway 61 near Sperry. According to the Hawkeye newspaper, it was dark. They couldn't see. They assumed it was someone jumping, but at some point they realized the person was not responding to their commands. Sheriff Mike Johnstone said, one of them pulled out their binoculars and realized it was a mannequin.
Oh, no. He wasn't breathing because it's a statue, you know.
While deputies were investigating the matter, more than a dozen calls poured into the county's dispatch center. I'd love to get those on tape. Oh, there's someone up on top of a billboard. They look like they're going to jump. I don't know.
I'm on 61, you know, and there's a guy.
Looks like he'll be dead then. That prompted Johnstone to talk with the advertiser, who's an automobile dealer. The wording beneath the mannequin stated, I can see Deary Brothers in West Burlington from here. After hearing from the sheriff, Brad Deary, who owns the dealership.
Deary Brothers advertise on KCJJ.
Do they really?
Yes, they do.
That's fantastic.
Great client.
Nice.
They own the dealership. They agreed to remove the mannequin as quickly as possible. And very quickly, a little something.
Yes.
Victor Thompson, whose head is thoroughly covered in New England Patriots tattoos, had an arrest warrant issued by a Florida judge. Yes, it happened in Florida.
Sure
Shocker. He failed to show up in court. Thompson's tats include the brand of Tom Brady's helmet plastered across his forehead. He's got Riddell.
Jesus.
And they've helped make him headlines before. Thompson was arrested in St. Pete in September for possession of spice, a synthetic marijuana. Thompson allegedly told cops he thought it was okay to have the fake weed because it was legal in his home state of New Hampshire, even though synthetic marijuana has been illegal there since 2011. That's not the case he's getting busted about. This was felony narcotics possession. Victor Thompson told the local TV station, I was watching the game and I said I want my head to look like Tom Brady's helmet. There you go. Well, since Mr. Thompson is so influenced by television, I can only hope that they catch him before he has time to deflate his own balls. Thank you very much. There it is, everybody. We'll take a break, come back with the audio ball and Rob Spiewak Radio.
Cake and cookies. Rob and Katie.
Now, I can tell you, though, we're still having mail issues. So I put through a request to the USPS to forward all of our mail.
Did you call the request line? 432-POST? Hey, man, it's the post office.
This is really bothering me.
I understand, and that's why I'm trying to elevate your mood.
Sure you are. So...
You're caller 6. Hello.
For more information, visit us at morebroadcasting.com.
You're such an ass, Spiewak.
That's right.
Anyway, welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. You know it, I know it. The time to buy insurance is now. And don't worry, because Encore Insurance is here to help. Encore surveys the most highly rated companies in the insurance industry to compare premiums. They do the work so you don't have to. Encore, a tremendous, long-time supporter of this show. Here's what I want you to do. Give them a call. 866-347-5748. They'll give you a free life insurance quote, or you can visit smartterm.com/TMOS. That's smartterm.com/TMOS. You'll find the license, disclaimer, and quality customer service there. Encore Insurance Services, LLC. Stop paying too much for life insurance. Protect your family the smart way at smartterm.com/TMOS. Let's open up the audio vault really quickly for Monday, Jan 26, 2015.
Oh, Mike, you know what this is? This is good news. This is
good news, people.
I love, I think now that, oh, you haven't heard that one yet, have you, Oscar?
That's his new favorite.
This is good news, people.
This is good news, people.
I think that now that Pat Sajak is getting older, he's more likely to give a little bit of grief to the contestants on Wheel of Fortune. It was
Right.
the final puzzle of the regular play. The solution was Painted Desert. Painted Desert. All the letters were up there but 2, and they kept saying Pointed Desert. Yeah.
The Pointed Desert?
No, still time.
The Printed Desert.
James, it's your turn.
The Pointed Desert.
No, you still have time. I still have time.
I like to solve.
Then we say it.
The Pointed
It's
Desert.
not the Pointed Desert. No matter how many times you say it.
The Painted Desert.
The Pointed Desert.
I was just going to give him Pointed Desert. He was so insistent on it.
I like that he said no matter how many times you say it, it's still not the Pointed Desert.
He's got the greatest gig in
He
the
does,
world,
and he knows
but
it. He knows it.
He is a curmudgeon too. He is a total curmudgeon. Yeah, he does that whole thing. He looks like he's just tolerating other human beings when I watch.
Yeah, you know what? And I do think it's obvious when I think they record like 5 episodes a day when they record. You can
Right.
tell episode 5. It's like, come on.
Well, this is the Pat Sajak smile. This is it. This is all you will get.
That's it. He's putting up with you.
That's
He's putting
it.
up with you. Miley Cyrus is still dating Arnold Schwarzenegger's son, Mike.
Wow.
Patrick Schwarzenegger. And
Yeah,
they asked
she's-
her, they said,
she's wonderful.
Can you spell Patrick Schwarzenegger's name?
How do you spell Schwarzenegger?
I just had this conversation. I can't tell you. Apparently, there's not a T in it.
She sounds good, doesn't she?
It's amazing that she sings quite well for somebody that sounds like that.
I think
all
she
the
gets.
time.
I think she might get a lot of help.
I think she sounds like a smoker, doesn't she?
Yeah,
she
well,
really does sound like a
and
smoker.
Mike, not just tobacco.
Aha, there you go.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Spice, synthetic marijuana.
The SAG Awards last night, an interesting miscue. I never thought about sweetening the applause at a award ceremony, but check out this little moment when Reese Witherspoon was she was presenting, and I guess someone in the sound booth got this wrong.
And the actor goes to...
Oh. It could be a mic thing. It could be they turned on a mic and turned off a mic.
It could be, and I also thought maybe they could be preparing for a playback of something, but it sounds like someone has ready with canned applause.
And the actor goes
It made me wonder. Ooh, it makes me wonder.
And I didn't get any of my DVDs from the Screen Actors Guild because I don't pay my dues anymore.
Oh,
Thank you
Mike,
very
you got to
much.
pay your dues. That's
Yeah,
right.
No, you wouldn't believe what they are now. Thank
Are
you.
they too high?
Do you miss
Oh,
them?
yes. No.
Because that's
no,
how
I don't.
you would see movies that way, right?
Yeah, I know. It's not worth it. Not
Okay.
worth it for the whole year when
Oh.
you're not getting. I could go if I went into
What
the
are the
details.
dues?
I'd have
What
to
are-
kill
what-
all
what
of
are
you.
the dues, though?
They're
You can say
expensive.
that. Over
They're
$1,000?
expensive.
Is
Well
Is it like
over
going to
$1,000.
business school?
Yeah, multiple $1,000s.
Really?
Absolutely. Yeah.
But now that's the reason why you weren't in any movies last year.
Thank you very much, Doc. Yes. Hey, if I get a movie role, if
You'll pay.
I get them, I'll become current.
Attaboy. Attaboy. You mentioned that Julianne Moore won for Just Alice, a movie none of us had ever heard of. So check out how she opened her thank you speech last night.
Thank you so much, the Screen Actors Guild, for this. When I was on As the World Turns,
Okay, so she harkened back to that, and I thought this was so great because later when he got an award, he was up there. Zach Galifianakis started his speech with.
Alejandro, you're a genius, and John Lesher, and come on.
He was up there for Birdman.
When I was on As the World Turns,
He cracks me up. One winner you didn't mention, Mike, was William Macy, who won for Shameless. I know you don't like the show, but
Yeah.
I did like the way he started his speech.
I have written so many great acceptance speeches that I never got to give. But not tonight. Okay, to my fellow nominees. Yeah, forget it. You lost.
Now, one quick thing on Deflategate. Bill Belichick had a press conference on Saturday. Never
Yes.
trust a Saturday press conference because it's designed to stay out of the news cycle.
He's just loathsome. I mean, that's the way I feel about
Listen to the way he talks, and also he makes a comparison to himself and the character from My Cousin Vinny. It was weird.
I'm not a scientist. I'm not an expert in footballs. I'm not an expert in football measurements. Would not say that I'm Mona Lisa Vito of the football world, as she was in the car expertise area. All right?
just the
Yeah,
whole
all right.
way.
All right, Bill.
Time machine.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a reference to a
Probably
movie.
like with his work ethic, though, you can't question his
That's
like
the
football
last movie
coach.
he saw in the
That's
theater.
the last movie he saw in the theater.
He said, I saw that movie where Herman Munster was a judge. I saw it. I had popcorn. I had Junior Mints. Another fairly unfunny Saturday Night Live this weekend with Blake Shelton.
Okay. Yeah, since you brought it up,
Yeah.
I'm just going to say this. Hey, Lauren, the rest of the cast, it's hit and miss. I know it's terribly unfunny this season. I think everybody
Right.
agrees with that. The weekend update segment you need to make, and in a very short order, you need to replace those guys on a skateboard. You got to do it as soon as you can. That's how bad they are.
It is bad. It
They're-
is.
and it's because the writing is not as good as it used to be with Seth Meyers. But you combine the lack of the writing and the lack of the delivery, you can't survive that. That was the flattest I have ever seen in a weekend update.
Also,
It was
no
terrible.
chemistry between the two of them.
No, they're just not. They're not good.
It's horrible.
And you know that there are talented young people out there that can sit in those seats, and I wish they'd find.
A very funny person like Conan O'Brien, who I was going to play, but we have no time. So tomorrow I'll play you Conan, and today I say that's your Magic Audio Vault. Have a great Monday,
you, Rob.
everybody. Stay safe.
That's it. We got to get out of here. Oscar, welcome back from
Thank
college.
you.
We're glad to have you back. It's delightful,
Yeah,
and
good
that's
to be
it.
back.
Thank
Another
you,
Mike
gentlemen.
O'Mara show has come and gone. Mac Feel Better. Be sure and join us again for more fun and more thrills at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Send us something, please. 2796 Leesburg, Virginia 20177. Get the word out about TMOS. That's the best way to do it, everybody. Tell a friend or family member about TMOS and make sure they get it too. And to get your message on the birthday request segments or anything in the mailbag, Rob with 2 B's at MikeO'MaraShow.com. For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Wait, don't go. I need to tell you that MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon is perfect for all your online shopping needs. Shop the best way. Shop Amazon. And please go through our website, always open at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.